about the exercise today. How many people were there? How many pilots were there? We understand that this air show this weekend, which has been going on for years, has a number of different participants, members of the military as well as civilians. And this man was apparently a civilian pilot preparing for this weekend's air show. What can you tell us about how many people were there today, when you were there, and what it was like?
Sure. Well, today was the day for members of the media. When we were here, there were probably about 24 of us here. There were some other onlookers and bystanders who did happen to see the show, which was very difficult to miss during the performance training, in preparation for tomorrow and Sunday. What we saw were military planes that were being flown alongside private planes, performance-type small engine planes. We did see several performance maneuvers where planes and they'd weave into each other. It was incredibly impressive, and again, folks here were completely in awe. Everything had been going off without a hitch throughout the day, so certainly very shocking that this all came to a head like that.
Certainly very shocking. This is the sort of thing we've heard about in other states. Nothing like this ever happening locally here that we can recall, certainly not at Stewart for this annual air show. The air show is happening this weekend. We should mention it's Saturday and Sunday. Today's practice, as Blaze mentioned, was going from noon to 3 for members of the media. Right now, again, we're looking at Chopper 12 footage of the scene. This is a large airport up in Orange County at Stewart International Airport. It's in New Windsor, right next to Newburgh, and you can see a number of, it looks like, military vehicles in this remote area right now where the plane went down. We're looking at a much wider shot right now of the entire complex, Stewart Airport, where this exercise was happening this weekend. Blaze, any idea about the qualifications of the people that take part and their backgrounds, apart from members of the military who we know are highly qualified to take part? Any idea about the civilians and what it takes to take part in something like this? This pilot crashing today, tragically, losing at Stewart International Airport. It's in New Windsor, right next to Newburgh, and you can see a number of, it looks like, military vehicles in this remote area right now where the plane went down. We're looking at a much wider shot right now of the entire complex, Stewart Airport, where this exercise was happening this weekend. Blaze, any idea about the qualifications of the people that take part and their backgrounds, apart from members of the military who we know are highly qualified to take part? Any idea about the civilians and what it takes to take part in something like this? This pilot crashing today, tragically losing his life. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Suzanne, I spoke with one pilot of a military bomber, a B-25 bomber from World War II. He is the owner and operator of that plane. I did confirm that it was not him involved in this incident. However, he kind of went over what his credentials were. He's been flying since the 1990s and professionally, and even before that as a kid with his family members. So these are guys that, are really embedded in, the culture, really have hours, hundreds, thousands of hours of experience, and most of the time own the planes that they're performing in themselves.
All right, Blaze, thank you very much. I know that you're on your way back to the scene to learn more. We certainly appreciate you being with us, and we will check in with you this evening for a full report. Blaze, thank you. Right now, while we're looking at this chopper footage, I just want to recap for viewers that are just joining us. You're looking at footage right now of a single-engine prop plane that broke apart on the grounds of Stewart International Airport in New Windsor at about 2 this afternoon. You can see responders trying to get to the area. The plane clearly quite broken apart in this wooded area. The pilot, the only person on board, was killed, and this pilot was taking part in maneuvers for a show, an air show that was happening at Stewart International Airport this weekend, set to happen Saturday and Sunday. We're just getting word the show will go on despite the tragedy. This will be investigated throughout the day, no doubt into the night. We can expect the NTSB to arrive on the scene as well. But this weekend's air show at Stewart International Airport will happen still this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. We have Blaze, as we mentioned, en route to the scene. We're going to bring you much, much more on this breaking news